The stock price up 114% since the beginning of the year. That's roughly a month of trading. But Phil, it's only up 15% today. What's the problem?
Only, David.
Yeah.
It's been said that the longer a stock goes sideways, the bigger the breakout. And during 2020, the volatility in Tesla's stock price reaches record levels.
Well, first, let's get to the latest on Tesla because it's about to hit another milestone in China. The electric automaker telling Reuters it will deliver its first cars made in Shanghai to the public on January 7th.
Elon Musk made the trip to Shanghai to personally deliver the first Chinese-built Model 3s that were destined for customers. During the event, Elon was looking a lot more upbeat, which was a welcome change from what we saw over the last 2 years. There was even time for a victory dance.
对对对对对，是的，是的，是的，是的，是的，肯定的，就直接放吧。
Talk about a victory dance. Tesla CEO Elon Musk is busting a move at the automaker's Shanghai factory earlier today, celebrating the first deliveries of the Chinese-made Model 3 vehicle. You can watch him cutting the rug there. The executive also announced that Tesla will make the Model Y SUV at the same facility. And guys, just watching that footage reminds me of the dance moves from Bill Gates and Steve Ballmer at the Microsoft Windows 95 launch event. And I'm not sure who did it better here, guys, but both of these CEOs dancing as their stock is at all-time highs, as we see Tesla hit all-time highs.
I mean, what are you supposed to do when you're CEO and your company's stock is at all-time highs and you're shutting up all the short sellers and all the bears? I mean, you dance like that.
It was no surprise that the good news didn't stop the cynics from being cynical.
To continue, at least in my somewhat cynical ways here, a handful of deliveries in China doesn't validate China demand.
A day later, Tesla's valuation hits another milestone.
So people are dumbfounded that Tesla's stock can be worth almost as much as General Motors and Ford combined. That's right. Tesla has an $84.5 billion market cap. GM's at $50 billion. Ford at $37 billion. We hear this griping every time Tesla takes out an important level. I remember the consternation when it grew bigger than Ford, then bigger than GM. Now it's almost the size of the two of them put together. I got to tell you, I'm dumbfounded too. Dumbfounded that Tesla stock hasn't gone even higher. Why? Because the stock market loves growth, and this market in particular can't get enough of it. This is a chart of growth, people. Tesla has growth in spades. Of course, investors will pay up for it. GM has barely any growth. Ford's actually shrinking. Nobody wants to pay up for stagnation. People are mocking the fact that Elon Musk did a jig last night on the Shanghai stage where he unveiled the new cars. I say who can blame him. He built a new plant that can produce 150,000 cars, and he did it in just 10 months. As far as I'm concerned, the guy can dance naked after those accomplishments. I don't care. The Ford and GM versus Tesla comparison is just a parlor game. Tesla's got electric vehicles. That's the future. GM has an electric vehicle that no one seems to want. Who the heck knows what Ford's up to? Who cares? Wake me up when Tesla's double the value of Ford and GM put together. Double! That's when I might take a pause in my bullishness.
Even the US President Donald Trump was taking questions on Elon Musk and Tesla's success.
Tesla's now worth more than GM and Ford. Do you have comments on Elon Musk?
Well, you have to give him credit. I spoke to him very recently, and he's also doing the rockets. He likes rockets, and he does good at rockets, too, by the way. I never saw where the engines come down with no wings, no anything, and they're landing. I said, I've never seen that before. And I was worried about him because he's one of our great geniuses, and we have to protect our genius. You know, we have to protect Thomas Edison, and we have to protect all of these people that came up with originally the light bulb and the wheel and all of these things. And he's one of our very smart people, and we want to cherish those people. That's very important. But he's done a very good job. Shocking how well, how it's come so fast. I mean, you go back a year, and they were talking about the end of the company, and now all of a sudden they're talking about these great things. He's going to be building a very big plant in the United States. He has to, because we help him, so he has to help us.
With Tesla stock surging to record all-time highs, the media was inclined to have a second listen to the crazy Tesla bulls that didn't seem so crazy right now.
We're
Remind me again, 4,000 by when?
Well, we are in print, actually. We don't even talk about this number. It's a 5-year time horizon.
Okay.
Originally 4,000, but when we did our next run at the model, we came out with 6,000.
6,000, yeah. How do you get to 6,000? What makes you go from 4, which we've talked about before, to 6 now?
Yeah, sure. So I should say that we're updating our price target, and we will publish a new model in a few weeks.
More than 6 then?
You know, I can't disclose what the numbers will be, but look out. So 6,000 is our bull case.
Yep.
So that's assuming that autonomous driving gets turned on. That's assuming our bull case assumptions for the EV market. Broadly, what I'd say, what's changed in our assumptions over the past year? Well, we've always said that Tesla was 3 years ahead on batteries, on autonomous hardware, and autonomous data collection. And really, we're adding software to that, over-the-air software updates. That they've always been ahead on those fronts. Totally. And what we've seen happen is really the rest of the auto market, shockingly, is still so far behind Tesla. I mean, there hasn't been an EV produced that's on par with a Model S, which came out, 7-8 years ago. We're just seeing it move further ahead on all of those fronts.
That's a really good point. I mean, I never really sort of thought about that, okay, but like, what's next? Like, what's in second place? Right?
That Jaguar one that everyone keeps talking about, the e-tron, the Prius. Sure. Yeah, I know, you're right. Well, we keep saying there's a Tesla killer coming.
It's Tasha's point.
Yeah. Exactly. Yeah. Well, that's been the dialogue for so long, but it's like, where is it?
With sentiment riding high, Tesla posts Q4 2019 earnings.
Check out this huge move in Tesla. The stock is up nearly 12% after its own big beat. There it is right now, 11%. You're pushing $650 in the aftermarket. Let's get to Phil LeBeau with more details. Phil, why is this stock up so sharply after hours?
Great Q4 numbers and even better guidance. If you're a Tesla bull, there was very little to be disappointed in when it comes to this report from Tesla. Let's talk about the numbers for the fourth quarter. Beat on the top and the bottom line by a wide margin, earning $2.14 a share versus the expectation of $1.72 a share. Revenue coming in better than expected at $7.3 billion. Not bad.
The year-over-year revenue number isn't really that impressive, and it's a little bit confusing.
But here's the reason, Scott, that I think the stock is really taking off. The guidance in terms of deliveries for 2020. Now, just for a point of reference, remember, they delivered just over 360,000 vehicles last year. Most on the street were in somewhere between the 465 and 475,000 as an expectation for 2020. Tesla says it will comfortably exceed 500,000 vehicles being delivered this year.
In the following week, Tesla's market cap increased by a further $45 billion.
Well, let's move on to Tesla, continuing that, strong start doesn't even really put it in perspective. The stock price up 114% since the beginning of the year. That's roughly a month of trading. But Phil, it's only up 15% today. What's the problem?
Only, David.
Yeah.
So clearly, you've got a lot of institutional funds, hedge funds that are moving into this stock. This is not just retail investors that are pushing shares of Tesla over $900 a share. Earlier today on Squawk Box, we heard from longtime Tesla bull Ron Barron about his belief for this company and this stock to go far higher.
That in 10 years, this is going to be at least $1 trillion of revenues, and it's nowhere near ended at that point in time. There's a lot of growth opportunities from that point going forward.
This is one of my favorite charts to take a look at. Tesla's market cap versus the big three. It was interesting, maybe about 2 weeks, 3 weeks ago, when we said that Tesla was worth more than the big three in terms of market cap combined. Now they've just blown it away. Now up to $162 billion in market cap. By the way, that's up about $80 billion within the last couple of weeks. $80 billion in the last couple of weeks.
I guess someone needs a wake-up call.
Wake me up when Tesla's double the value of Ford and GM put together. Double! That's when I might take a pause in my bullishness.
With Tesla stock riding high, Tesla makes the call to raise $2 billion via a stock offering, which pushed Tesla's cash on hand to over $8 billion. Flush with cash, Tesla started purchasing some of the world's largest casting machines ever built, which allowed Tesla to make the front and rear section of the vehicle in a single piece, meaning less parts required, less processes, less robots, less manufacturing space, while achieving better build quality, faster manufacturing, all of which will lead to higher margins and higher profits down the road.
Or a single piece casting for the front body and the rear body. In order to do this, we commissioned the largest casting machine that has ever been made. And it's currently working just over the road at our Fremont plant. Currently making the entire rear section of the car as a single piece, high pressure die cast aluminum. In order to do this, we actually had to develop our own alloy, a special alloy of aluminum that has high strength without heat treat and is very castable. So that's a great achievement of our materials team. I mean, I really think that long term, in any cars that do not take this architecture will not be competitive.
But just as it looked like Tesla could do no wrong, a global pandemic emerges and shakes everything up. Tesla's newly built China factory is forced to shut down for about 2 weeks. During March, stock markets around the world experienced their biggest drops since 2008. Tesla stock wasn't immune, with the stock falling from 900 all the way down to 350, and then back up to 780, all of this over a 2-month time period.
Sarah, Tesla's plant in Fremont, California will be stopping production. That will happen at the end of the day on Monday the 23rd, so that's next Monday.
So while Tesla was shut down, that didn't stop them from making the best of a bad situation.
Companies that are trying to do good during this crisis. Lauren Simone has been taking a closer look. She joins me now. Lauren.
We needed a good day all around, Cheryl. And Tesla CEO Elon Musk, he's bought 1,000 ventilators from China. And they have been delivered to the state of California and hospitals there. Tesla and other automakers, they're working to make more breathing machines at their closed down factories.
Elon Musk tweeting that we have extra FDA-approved ventilators. We'll ship to hospitals worldwide with Tesla delivery regions. Device and shipping costs are free. Only requirement is that the vents are actually needed immediately for patients and not stored in a warehouse. So please, he says, get in touch with me.
At the end of April, Tesla was due to report Q1 earnings. There was a lot at stake here, as 4 consecutive profitable quarters would make Tesla eligible to be included into the S&P 500 index. However, that would be no easy task, with Fremont shut down and most analysts expecting Tesla to post a loss. So what will Tesla report?
We've got an earnings alert on Tesla. The stock is surging, hitting after-hours highs after reporting a surprise profit for the quarter.
People were expecting them to lose 36 cents a share. They ended up earning a profit of $1.24 a share. No change in the production guidance from Tesla. They did deliver 88,496 vehicles in Q1. A couple other numbers to focus on from the first quarter. Cash on hand, remember they had the capital raise in the quarter, $8.1 billion. Automotive gross margins, 25.5%. And the profit guidance for now is on hold.
This is the 4th consecutive quarter with a profit, which is one of the hurdles to be inducted into the S&P 500. It is likely that they will be added to that. I think that is in part moving the stock.
From your standpoint, if you had to put a percent probability of Tesla being included in the S&P 500 by the end of the year, how high would that probability be?
60%.
60%. Okay.
During the ensuing conference call, Elon made his views crystal clear regarding Fremont's forced shutdown.
The extension of the shelter-in-place, or frankly, I would call it forcibly imprisoning people in their homes, against all their constitutional rights. That's my opinion. Breaking people's freedoms in ways that are horrible and wrong, and not why people came to America or built this country. The outrage, it's an outrage. If somebody wants to stay in their house, that's great. They should be allowed to stay in their house, and they should not be compelled to leave. But to say that they cannot leave their house, and they will be arrested if they do, this is fascist. This is not democratic. This is not freedom. Give people back their goddamn freedom.
Uh-oh. We've got a new tweet from Elon Musk. Do we have Susan on this? Oh, Tesla stock price is too high. What else have you got, Susan?
Well, he goes on to say, I am selling almost all physical possessions, will own no house. And he says, now give people back their freedom. As we heard, he was going on this expletive-laden rants on the earnings call this week because he's upset that California continues to have the shelter-in-place order until the end of May. And that hurts and closes down his only car-producing factory. So the stock is down 7.5%. I did the quick math. That's around now he's lost around, let's say, $7 billion or so in market cap. I don't think that's a lot for a company that's worth $140 billion, which is, again, more than three times the GM and Ford combined.
Why is he selling his personal possessions, including his house? Why?
You're asking me to interpret Elon Musk for you, right? How many people on this planet do you think actually has the answer? One.
Do you think he's being facetious, Susan?
Possibly.
About, selling possessions?
Oh, yeah, I definitely think he's being a little facetious in that regard. He has a lot of money. He's worth over $40 billion, probably going to get a payday of $750 million if he gets the market cap to stay at $100 billion plus over 6 months.
So he kind of is facetious saying, I think my stock price is too high. I've got too much money. Not.
Possibly.
Okay, you're right, possibly, yes. Who could get into the mind of Elon Musk? Maybe we should have him on the show and he'll tell us what's going on. Right?
Yeah.
The news didn't get better for Tesla, as the factory shutdown got extended to the end of May. This was the last straw for Elon.
The CEO, Elon Musk, made a bold threat today, tweeting,
Tesla will now move its headquarters and future programs to Texas, Nevada immediately. If we even retain Fremont manufacturing activity at all, it will be dependent on how Tesla is treated in the future. Tesla is the last car maker left in California.
If Tesla did close the plant, it would be devastating to the city of Fremont.
Everyone in this region is hoping Musk will not follow through with his tweet. They believe he did it out of frustration.
That same day, Tesla sued Alameda County, arguing that the automaker is an essential business as defined by the state and has met California guidelines for reopening. The dispute comes as some of Tesla's competitors are starting to reopen production facilities around the U.S.
On May 11th, Elon defies Alameda County and reopens the Fremont factory.
Teslas are coming off the production line again. CEO Elon Musk tweeted, Tesla is restarting production today against Alameda County rules, adding, I will be on the line with everyone else. If anyone is arrested, I ask that it only be me.
Also breaking, President Trump tweeting this moments ago. California should let Tesla and Elon Musk open the plant now. It can be done fast and safely. There you go.
And then there was somewhat of a strange admission regarding Elon Musk from one of the major media outlets.
I've been wrong about Elon Musk. I dismissed him as a showman, always eager to grab publicity with outrageous tweets and wild claims. And look at him now. He's getting a $775 million performance bonus. The stock price stayed way up there, despite what so many people said, including myself, and he gets a big chunk of money right there. But that pales before his other achievements. He founded and still runs the most exciting car company in the world, Tesla. He makes electric cars in Asia, Europe, and America, and most people I know who have them say those cars are the best electrics on the market. You could make the case that he is a lot like Steve Jobs. Musk is famously difficult to work for and with, and so was Jobs. But more importantly, Musk may have the same impact on the world. The iPhone changed so many things. Arguably, so will Tesla cars, tunnel transit, and hyperspeed, and SpaceX. I was wrong. Musk is a game changer. As of now, I think he is the most important executive in the world, bar none.
In the next episode, Tesla stock surges to astronomical heights, while Tesla short sellers go into an all-out panic. Thank you to the Patreons that support the show, and remember, all content is for educational and entertainment purposes and not financial advice. So till next time, I'll catch you guys soon.